I'm about to do something I've never done before, and that is read a Thanksgiving-based book. So let's get right into it. Thanksgiving has a way of thawing the frostiest hearts in Lake Eden. What did I just read? Not even encourage this book, but hello, my friends. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to this week's reading vlog. This week I'm going to be reading a Thanksgiving book for the first time. Thanksgiving is in about 2 weeks here, so I feel like it is obviously the perfect time for me to read this book. It has been on my TBR shelf for almost a year, so I feel like I need to get it read because otherwise I have to wait a whole another year. So we're going to start by reading this book, and then if we have time, maybe we'll read another Thanksgiving book, if I can find one. Are there other Thanksgiving books? The book we're starting today is Raspberry Danish Murder by Joanne Fluke. This book is a mystery thriller, a murder mystery thriller based around Thanksgiving. Yeah, strange, right? All I know about this book is what's on the back, so let me read it to you and then we can be on the same page, right? Literally, the first word is Thanksgiving, so like, I have to read that, right? Okay. Thanksgiving has a way of thawing the frostiest hearts in Lake Eden, but that won't be happening for newlywed Hannah Swenson Barton, not after her husband suddenly disappears. Hannah has felt as bitter as November in Minnesota since Ross vanished without a trace and left their marriage in limbo. Still, she throws herself into a baking frenzy for the sake of pumpkin pie and Thanksgiving-themed treats, while endless holiday orders pour into the cookie jar. Hannah even introduces a raspberry Danish pastry to the menu, and PK, her husband's assistant at KCOW TV, will be the first to sample it. But instead of taking a bite, PK, who's driving Ross's car and using his desk at work, is murdered. Was someone plotting against PK all along, or did Ross dodge a deadly dose of sweet revenge? Hannah will have to quickly shift through a cornucopia of clues and suspects to stop a killer from bringing another murder to the table. And then it says, features over a dozen cookie and dessert recipes from the cookie jar. Which I'm guessing is like her business, maybe a little bakery, but yeah. So, it sounds really cheesy, and I feel like it might be like a bad book. It also might be a good book, or it might be a good bad book, if you know what I mean. But I do believe that, like, this is kind of part of, not necessarily a series, but like, there's a bunch of these cheesy mystery, culinary mysteries, because apparently she is the queen of culinary mysteries. So we're going to give this a start, and we're going to see how it goes. I will let you know throughout if it is any good, if it is bad, if it is as cheesy as the synopsis makes it sound, because it makes it sound cheesy, but it also makes it sound like it's the perfect cozy Thanksgiving read. So let's read my first Thanksgiving book. This may be bad. I wanted to check in with you guys, so I have gotten a really good chunk of this book read already. I'm on chapter 13, page 152. There's like 398 pages or something. Oh, here we go, 408 actually. So there's 408 pages, and I'm on 152, and this book is strange. It is strange so far. It is, half of it is literally recipes, which I know I said there's recipes, but half of it is recipes, and then the part that's actually storyline, half of it is talking about them making the recipes. The other half is split between like weird casual small talk about like the weather or buying a car or like separate storylines, and then half of it, so like a quarter of it, is actual talk of the murders and the mystery. So quite a weird read, quite fluffy, quite strange writing, very like abrupt, lots and lots of talk of baking and cooking, a lot of time spent in like her bakery back room. But yeah, I'm 153 pages in, and we're kind of digging more and more into the storyline. Like, things have happened, and we haven't found anything out yet. It's all still just like a mystery, and like they keep telling like this person will tell something to one person, and then that person will have to go tell the same thing to someone else, and that'll go tell the same thing to someone else. So you're learning things like a million times over. But it's a really quick read otherwise, so I feel like it kind of evens out. But yeah, it's a funny book so far, but it's cute for Thanksgiving, I guess, and I'm curious to see how it plays out and how it kind of continues, and how they really start digging into like the investigation of the murders, missing person, etc., etc. We'll see. We'll see, I guess. I have 4 Christmases on for like my background ambiance, because no, it's obviously not a Thanksgiving movie, but it's still gonna be in the holiday spirit. So I just finished Raspberry Danish Murder by Joanne Fluke, and what did I just read? First of all, it was supposed to be a Thanksgiving book. That was literally the whole theme. It was supposed to be a Thanksgiving book, and they mentioned having to prepare for Thanksgiving at the beginning, having to prepare all of like the food and stuff, but Thanksgiving was never mentioned again, not once. They mentioned stuff about Christmas, upcoming Christmas, but I think it's gonna be in like next books in the series. They like teased things that were coming in other books in the series, I think, but at no point again did they mention Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving did not happen. They did not talk about Thanksgiving. They did not have any kind of Thanksgiving adventures or festivities or themes or themed cookies or anything like that. So I'm not really sure why this is considered a Thanksgiving book, other than the fact that that's like the time of year it was at. Like, so they needed to place it at that time of year to be correct in the series, I suppose. I did not realize that this was such an interconnected series. Like, I thought they were all kind of standalone mystery thrillers in the series. Like, I knew like they were interconnected and like the characters were the same and location was the same and that kind of stuff, but I thought like they were standalone, not connected at all. But it ended on a cliffhanger. Ended on a big cliffhanger. So they're very much connected. I was not prepared for a cliffhanger. I'm kind of upset it ended on a cliffhanger because I don't plan on reading the other books, and like I feel like I didn't get half the answers that I needed in this book. And I feel like the answers I did get in this book came very fast, very quickly, and very easily. It was literally like for half the book you don't find out anything, and then you kind of find out the same information over and over and over again, and then suddenly it's just like, oh, you're starting to learn stuff, it's starting to get interesting, but you're not really learning that much, and then like you hit a wall, and then suddenly like answers are just told, and blah 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 blah. I don't know. I'm very disappointed it was not more Thanksgiving-y. Like, I really wanted it to be Thanksgiving-y, so it definitely ruined my taste for wanting to read a Thanksgiving book. So I'm not going to read any other ones, because I tried to look for other Thanksgiving themed books and I really couldn't find any. So please, if you do know any good Thanksgiving themed books, please leave them in the comments below, because I would love to actually read a good Thanksgiving themed book that at least is involved with like Thanksgiving around the time of Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving didn't even occur in this book. Did not even occur in this book. But there's a cute cat named Moshi. He's definitely part of like the series. He is the main character's cat. He seems absolutely adorable, so love that part of the storyline. There was a bunch of recipes in here, which some of them looked easier than others. Most of them sounded delicious. Did not try to make any, probably never try to make any, but they did sound kind of good. And it's kind of fun that you get a bunch of recipes, but it did take up like half of the book. So half the book was definitely just recipes, which like interesting. And like I said, the other half was like small talk and stuff. And then we just got a little bit of like the mystery investigation. And I just feel like, considering the book was literally 398 pages, like just under 400 pages, I just feel like I expected more, like within the storyline of the actual investigation of the actual crime, because like I said, it ended very quickly and very easily, and it was just like, oh, that's it. So then I was like, okay, well, maybe the second half of the mystery will be more explosive, more exciting, but that was cliffhanger, and we didn't get that answer. So, what a disappointing book. I'm gonna say it's like 2 out of 5 stars. It is fun, it is cozy, I like that you get recipes, and it is a lot fluffier for like a murder mystery. So if you do want a fluffy murder mystery that's like a culinary mystery, it is fun in that way. Would not recommend it for a Thanksgiving book because it was not Thanksgiving-y at all, but I would recommend it for a fun, cozy culinary mystery if you're into that kind of stuff. It's definitely light, it was definitely fluffy, and it was a lot more like cute storyline versus actual like intense investigation. So if you're looking for something a little bit more fluffy like that, then this is definitely a cute book. And yeah, I've not read anything else by her. I don't think. I may have read like a Christmas book from her a couple years ago with my family. Because like I started to get like flashbacks, but I'm not sure, but it was alright. 2 out of 5. Yeah, but that is me reading a Thanksgiving book, and I tried, my friends. But yeah, at least it was fun. It was a fun little adventure. And it only took me like 2 days to read. It was a very, very, very fast read. So I will give it that. It's a very fast read. So if you're looking to like tackle this whole series, I feel like it would be a very fast series. The next one is called, I think, Chocolate Cream Pie Murder. It's gonna be the next one that's like gonna finish up this, continue the storyline at least. Couldn't tell if it finishes it, but yeah, that was quite the ride. I do enjoy that it was really fast read. So like I was saying, if you do want to read like this entire series, I would recommend maybe starting at the beginning and reading the entire series instead of just picking up one book like I did, because I think you would just get a lot more satisfaction out of it that way instead of just starting off with a random one. I think if you started at the beginning and read the whole series in order, I think it would be a lot more satisfying that way. Probably a lot more interesting, and you probably get a lot more out of it just in general. But it was still cute as a standalone, and it was still fun, and I tried to read a Thanksgiving book. It was holiday themed, so we still had that going for us. Like I said, it was a really quick read, so I bet you could read through this series, the entire series, really, really quickly. But yeah. Thank you guys so much for being here this week and watching me read my first Thanksgiving book. I tried. Like I said, I'd love to know if you guys have ever read any Thanksgiving books and what they were below, and I'd love to know what you guys are reading recently. Any favorite books that you've read, let me know. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you guys have a fabulous week. Live well, read some books, go discover, my friends. Bye, everyone. My co-star.